Now, the Prime Minister says it could be the key to a secure and cheaper energy future, as well as bringing 74,000 more jobs to Britain. Visiting the East Midlands, where shale gas could be plentiful, David Cameron said councils could keep millions of pounds in business rates if they allow fracking in their areas. And the French energy giant Total announced that it was prepared to invest in the industry. But residents and environmentalists are still to be won over to the practice. Our political editor Gary Gibbon reports now from Gainsborough in Lincolnshire.
David Cameron visited an onshore oil drilling site on the Nottinghamshire-Lincolnshire border to promote his shale gas offer to councils. Environmentalists say fracking would be a very different, much riskier operation than this. David Cameron says it's an opportunity the country cannot afford to pass up. Where once they mined for coal to power stations like this one, geologists now think the rocks below are rich in gas. And the government wants that exploited as soon as possible. But after years of watching their powers decline, it's local councils who on this one have something of a whip hand. Nothing can happen without the permission of their planning committees. And today, a very public negotiation began to try and win them over to shale gas.
We're saying as soon as a well is dug, the local community should get £100,000. They should get 1% of the revenues over the life of that well. That could be up to £10 million per well. And today we're announcing that the local council should keep 100% of the business rates. That could be £2 million, £3 million every year.
One Conservative Lincolnshire councillor said that offer wasn't good enough. If all other things being equal, you're satisfied that this is a safe form of energy, yep. It comes down to, is the price right? And at the moment, this price isn't.
I think that's a fair assessment to make. We want to make sure that our communities benefit to the maximum from any developments that we regard as safe to go forward. And the government needs to put more money on the table, in my view.
Cameron! Traitor! Total! Cameron! Traitor! Total!
A small group of demonstrators came from Lancashire, where they believe fracking caused a minor earthquake. Amongst local politicians, some share those worries. The local MP disputed the value David Cameron was putting on the cash offer.
There'll be fracking here, we want proper money, and he's mis-selling it. He's misleading the public, he's misleading this community. Nothing like 1.7 million a year.
I would think the majority might be worried. I think they think about foundations of houses and the water table. I worry about the water table and the chemicals that are in the water, and a lot of water's pumped down along with sand, and it's really a worry.
Some polling has suggested right now the country's split fairly evenly on fracking. Gainsborough in Lincolnshire seems to match the trend.
There are parts of northeast America which have been practically desolated by the continual fracking, and they're in a terrible state over it. It's a big boom, but it leaves a disaster behind it.
If it's making business for the community, then I think it's a good thing, bringing money into community and that.
Not on our front door, thank you. They're going to have a hard job finding anywhere where they can do it without opposition, I think.
One Tory peer, the Chancellor's father-in-law, said that maybe the desolate wastelands of the northeast of England might be the place.
I know. Cheek. He's obviously never been.
One local government expert said councils should be very wary of anything that's presented to them as a free gift from the Treasury, the powerhouse of central government. All past form dictates, he said. The Treasury, whether it's through direct funding or grants, will make very sure that anything it looks like it's giving away, it gets back by another route. Gary Gibbon, Channel 4 News, on the Nottinghamshire-Lincolnshire border.